In the hidden corners of our world, where the dense foliage of ancient forests meets the quiet hush of twilight, a secretive creature stirs. These remote jungles, shrouded in mystery and alive with the sounds of nocturnal life, are home to one of the planet's most elusive and fascinating animals. Under the cover of darkness, as moonbeams filter through the leaves and the air grows cool and still, the pangolin begins its nightly journey. It moves silently, almost ghost-like, blending seamlessly into the shadows of its wild habitat. Here lives one of nature's most peculiar creations, the pangolin. With its shy demeanor and secretive habits, it's a creature that few ever glimpse in the wild, yet it plays a vital role in the intricate web of the ecosystem. Wrapped in an extraordinary suit of armor, the pangolin is instantly recognizable. Its body is covered in overlapping scales, each one made of keratin, the same material as the claws of great beasts and the horns of wild antelope, forming a natural shield that has protected it for millennia. This gentle mammal looks like a walking pine cone or a tiny, scaly dragon. Despite its reptilian appearance, the pangolin is not a lizard or a dinosaur, but a warm-blooded mammal with a unique evolutionary story. The pangolin is a true mammal, warm-blooded, nurturing its young with care and living a solitary life. Mothers cradle their babies on their tails, teaching them how to survive in a world full of dangers. Its long, slender snout and incredibly sticky tongue, sometimes longer than its own body, are perfectly adapted for slurping up ants and termites from deep within nests and mounds. This specialized diet helps control insect populations, making the pangolin an unsung hero of the forest. But surprisingly, its closest relatives are not anteaters or armadillos, as one might expect from its appearance and habits. Instead, pangolins are more closely related to carnivores like cats and dogs. This is a remarkable example of convergent evolution, where unrelated species develop similar features to adapt to similar challenges in their environments. Most pangolins are nocturnal, emerging only after sunset to hunt for food. Their keen sense of smell guides them through the darkness, helping them locate hidden insect colonies beneath the soil and inside rotting logs. Emerging at night to hunt, they avoid many of the dangers that daylight brings, relying on their camouflage and quiet movements to stay safe. Guided by an incredible sense of smell, pangolins can detect even the faintest scent of ants or termites, making them expert foragers in the dark. Their unique armor, once a perfect defense against natural predators like big cats or hyenas, has served them well for millions of years. When threatened, the pangolin's instinct is to curl into a tight, nearly impenetrable ball, tucking its vulnerable belly beneath a fortress of scales. This ancient defense confounds even the most determined predators, who find themselves unable to pry open the armored sphere. In the quiet hours before dawn, pangolins retreat to their burrows or find shelter beneath thick undergrowth, vanishing as mysteriously as they appeared. Their lives are woven into the rhythm of the forest, each movement a testament to their adaptation and resilience. Some pangolins are skilled climbers, using their strong claws and prehensile tails to scale trees in search of food or safety. Their movements are deliberate and graceful, perfectly attuned to the world above and below the forest floor. Through rain and mist, pangolins persist, their scales glistening with droplets as they traverse the ever-changing landscape. They are silent witnesses to the ancient cycles of the wild, their presence a quiet reminder of nature's ingenuity. The pangolin story is one of evolutionary brilliance, a living enigma wrapped in scales. By simply existing, these remarkable animals shape the world around them, ensuring the balance of their forest homes endures for generations to come. The pangolin's burrow is a marvel of natural engineering. Dug with powerful claws, these subterranean homes provide shelter from predators and extreme weather. Inside, the temperature remains stable, offering a perfect environment for raising young pangolins. Pangolin mothers are fiercely protective of their young. The bond between mother and baby is strong, with the young often seen riding on the mother's back or tail. This close relationship ensures that the young pangolin learns essential survival skills. Foraging is a meticulous process for the pangolin. Using its strong claws, it digs into anthills and termite mounds, its long tongue darting in to capture its prey. This method of feeding not only sustains the pangolin but also helps aerate the soil, promoting plant growth. Despite their solitary nature, pangolins play a crucial role in their ecosystem. By controlling insect populations, they help maintain a balance that benefits other wildlife. Their presence is a testament to the interconnectedness of all life in the forest. Pangolins are incredibly adaptable, thriving in a range of habitats from dense forests to savannas. This adaptability is a key factor in their survival, allowing them to find food and shelter in diverse environments. Conservation efforts are crucial for the survival of pangolins. With their populations threatened by poaching and habitat loss, dedicated conservationists are working tirelessly to protect these unique creatures. Through education and habitat preservation, there is hope for the future of the pangolin. The pangolin's journey is one of resilience and adaptation. As we learn more about these fascinating creatures, we gain a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance of nature and the importance of preserving it for future generations. The pangolin family, scientifically classified as Pholidota, is a living testament to the wonders of evolution. These remarkable mammals, whose lineage stretches back over 60 million years, are among the most ancient and enigmatic creatures on Earth. Their story is one of survival, adaptation, and mystery, spanning 2 continents, Africa and Asia, and encompassing a dazzling array of forms, behaviors, and ecological roles. Pangolins are not just relics of a distant past, they are living marvels, each species a unique chapter in the evolutionary saga of mammals. Across their range, scientists recognize 8 distinct species of pangolins, 4 in Africa and 4 in Asia. But within these broad categories lies a world of diversity. African pangolins include the giant ground pangolin, the white-bellied pangolin, and the black-bellied pangolin. Each of these species has evolved to fill a specific ecological niche. The giant ground pangolin, for example, is a true titan, weighing up to 33 kilograms and capable of digging burrows that can stretch several meters underground. The ground pangolin, slightly smaller, is a master of the savanna, while the white-bellied and black-bellied pangolins are agile climbers, spending much of their lives in the forest canopy, using their prehensile tails to grip branches as they forage for insects. In Asia, the pangolin family is equally diverse. The Indian pangolin is a burrowing specialist, thriving in dry forests and grasslands, where it excavates deep tunnels to escape the heat of the day. The Chinese pangolin, once widespread across southern China and Southeast Asia, is now critically endangered but remains a symbol of resilience, surviving in hilly subtropical forests. The Sunda pangolin, found in the rainforests of Southeast Asia, is a master climber, navigating dense foliage with ease. The Philippine pangolin, endemic to the Palawan region, is perhaps the most mysterious, with unique scale patterns and behaviors that set it apart from its relatives. All pangolins share a set of extraordinary physical traits that make them instantly recognizable. Their bodies are covered in tough, overlapping scales made entirely of keratin, the same protein found in human fingernails and rhino horns. These scales are not just armor, they are a living shield capable of withstanding the bites and claws of even the most determined predators. When threatened, a pangolin can curl into a tight, impenetrable ball, tucking its head under its tail and presenting nothing but a wall of razor-sharp scales. Their long, muscular tails provide balance and support, especially for arboreal species, while their powerful, curved claws are perfectly adapted for tearing open ant and termite mounds. Recent advances in genetic research have added new layers to the pangolin story. By analyzing DNA extracted from confiscated scales, scientists have uncovered tantalizing evidence of a possible 9th pangolin species previously unknown to science. This enigmatic member of the pangolin family is known only from its genetic signature. Its physical appearance, behavior, and habitat remain a mystery, waiting to be discovered. The possibility of undiscovered pangolin species hints at the hidden diversity within the Pholidota order and suggests that the evolutionary story of pangolins is far from complete. The existence of this mysterious pangolin, identified solely through its scales, is a reminder that the natural world still holds secrets, and that even the most studied groups of animals can surprise us with new discoveries. In Africa, the giant ground pangolin is the undisputed heavyweight, capable of moving earth with its massive claws and constructing elaborate burrow systems that provide shelter from predators and extreme temperatures. The white-bellied and black-bellied pangolins, in contrast, are acrobats of the treetops, using their prehensile tails to hang from branches and their sharp claws to strip bark in search of ants and termites. These species are often solitary, emerging at night to forage and communicating through scent markings and subtle vocalizations. Asian pangolins display their own suite of remarkable adaptations. The Indian pangolin is a skilled excavator, capable of digging tunnels up to 5 meters long, where it rests during the heat of the day. The Chinese pangolin, with its smaller size and lighter coloration, is adapted to life in hilly subtropical forests, where it forages for insects among the leaf litter. The Sunda and Philippine pangolins are true rainforest specialists, navigating dense foliage and climbing with ease, their long, sticky tongues probing deep into insect nests. Each species is finely tuned to its environment, with differences in scale size, coloration, and foraging behavior reflecting the unique challenges of their habitats. The diversity of pangolin species is reflected not only in their habitats and physical traits, but also in their behaviors. Some pangolins are strictly nocturnal, emerging only under the cover of darkness to feed, while others may be active during the day in regions with fewer predators. All pangolins are specialized insectivores, consuming thousands of ants and termites each night with their long, sticky tongues, which can extend up to 40 centimeters in some species. Their sense of smell is highly developed, allowing them to locate insect nests hidden deep within the soil or high in the trees. Pangolins are generally solitary, but mothers are fiercely protective of their young, carrying them on their backs and teaching them the skills needed to survive in a dangerous world. The pangolin family stands as a testament to the power of evolution and adaptation. With 8 and possibly 9 distinct species, each uniquely suited to its environment, pangolins are irreplaceable marvels of the natural world. Their diversity, ancient lineage, and extraordinary traits make them one of the most fascinating and important groups of mammals on the planet. From the burrows of the African savanna to the rainforests of Southeast Asia, pangolins continue to inspire awe and curiosity, deserving of recognition, respect, and protection for generations to come. Their story is far from over, and as we learn more about these armored marvels, we are reminded of the endless wonders that nature has to offer. Across the sprawling savannas, dense rainforests, and tangled woodlands of Africa, 4 extraordinary pangolin species have evolved, each perfectly sculpted by the demands of their unique homes. Their diversity is a testament to nature's ingenuity, giants that shape the earth, nimble climbers that dance among the treetops, and elusive wanderers that slip through the shadows. Deep within the emerald heart of Africa's rainforest, the giant pangolin reigns supreme. Towering over its relatives, this gentle titan uses its formidable claws to excavate vast burrows beneath the tangled roots and mossy earth. These underground labyrinths are more than just homes. They become sanctuaries for countless other animals, from small mammals seeking shelter to insects and reptiles that thrive in the cool, protected darkness. The giant pangolin is not just a resident of the forest, but an engineer quietly shaping the ecosystem with every powerful dig. High above, where sunlight filters through a mosaic of leaves, the black-bellied pangolin claims the treetops, With a tail as strong as a fifth limb and feet designed for gripping, it glides effortlessly from branch to branch, searching for hidden ant nests and termite colonies. Its presence is vital. By controlling insect populations, it helps maintain the delicate balance of the rainforest. The black-bellied pangolin is a master acrobat, rarely touching the ground, and its secretive life in the canopy makes it one of Africa's most elusive mammals. The white-bellied pangolin, Africa's most adaptable species, moves with equal confidence on the ground and in the trees. It forages among the leaf litter, snuffling for insects, then ascends trunks with surprising speed, vanishing into the branches above. This versatility allows it to thrive in a wide range of habitats, from dense forests to the edges of human settlements. Its ecological role is crucial. As both predator and prey, it links the forest floor to the canopy, and its presence signals a healthy, functioning ecosystem. Out on the open savannas and arid grasslands, the ground pangolin emerges as dusk falls, its overlapping scales gleaming in the moonlight. Unlike its arboreal cousins, it is a solitary wanderer, traveling miles each night in search of anthills and termite mounds. Its tough armor is a formidable defense against lions, hyenas, and other predators, allowing it to curl into an impenetrable ball at the first sign of danger. The ground pangolin's nocturnal foraging helps aerate the soil and control insect populations, quietly supporting the health of the grassland ecosystem. Each species is exquisitely attuned to its environment, burrowers that engineer the earth, climbers that patrol the treetops, and wanderers that roam the open plains. Their lives are woven into the fabric of their habitats, influencing everything from soil health to insect populations, and providing food and shelter for a host of other creatures. Together, these armored marvels reveal the astonishing range and adaptability of this pangolin. From the forest giants that dig life-giving burrows, to the tree dwellers that keep the canopy in balance, to the ground dwellers that patrol the savanna, pangolins are nature's quiet survivors, each one a vital thread in the intricate tapestry of Africa's wild places. Deep within Asia's ancient forests, a secretive guardian glides silently beneath the canopy, the pangolin, revered as forest spirits. These gentle, nocturnal wanderers are woven into the very fabric of their wild homes, yet their world is unraveling. Shadows lengthen as their ancient refuges shrink, and the delicate balance they maintain is threatened by forces they cannot comprehend. The threats they face are as complex as the forests they inhabit, and their struggle for survival is a story of both tragedy and hope. The Chinese pangolin, once a silent presence from the Himalayan foothills to the misty forests of southern China, now moves through a world of vanishing echoes. Their burrows, once abundant, are now rare sanctuaries hidden beneath roots and fallen leaves. But the greatest threat comes not from nature, but from humans. In the last few decades, relentless poaching has decimated their numbers. Pangolin scales, falsely believed to have medicinal properties, are trafficked in vast quantities. In 2019, authorities in China intercepted a single shipment containing over 10 tons of pangolin scales, representing thousands of slaughtered animals. Habitat loss compounds the crisis. Expanding agriculture, logging, and urban sprawl have fragmented their forests, leaving pangolins isolated and vulnerable. Conservationists struggle to keep pace, as enforcement is hampered by corruption and the secretive nature of the illegal trade. The Sunda pangolin, a master of adaptation, once thrived in the tangled rainforests and shifting edges of Southeast Asia. By night it would scale trees and sift through leaf litter, a silent sentinel beneath the moon. But even its resourcefulness cannot shield it from the relentless pressures closing in. In Malaysia, pangolins are the most frequently seized mammals in wildlife trafficking operations. In 2017, a raid in Sabah uncovered a pangolin processing facility with freezers packed with hundreds of carcasses. The demand for pangolin meat as a luxury dish in some cultures and the persistent black market for their scales drives a shadowy network that stretches from remote villages to international ports. Conservationists face daunting challenges: limited funding, lack of public awareness, and the difficulty of monitoring nocturnal elusive animals in dense forests. Each year, fewer Sunda pangolins emerge from the shadows, their presence growing ever more elusive. The Indian pangolin, a solitary traveller, journeys across dry grasslands and the quiet margins of the wild. Its armour glints in the sun as it searches for ants and termites, relying on instinct and secrecy. Yet the world grows harsher. In India, pangolins are caught in the crossfire of poverty and opportunity. Local poachers, often unaware of the animal's endangered status, are lured by the promise of quick money. In 2020, a single operation in Madhya Pradesh led to the rescue of 13 pangolins and the arrest of a trafficking ring. Conservationists must navigate a complex landscape of rural livelihoods, traditional beliefs, and weak law enforcement. The grasslands shrink and the pangolins' ancient paths become harder to find, their stories whispered only in the rustle of dry leaves. The Philippine pangolin, a rare jewel of the island forests, is bound to the emerald heart of Palawan. Its scales shimmer in the filtered sunlight, a testament to its unique lineage. But its world is fragile. Each fallen tree, each lost patch of forest brings it closer to silence. On Palawan, illegal logging and land conversion for agriculture have carved up the pangolin's last strongholds. In 2018, a high-profile case saw dozens of pangolins rescued from traffickers, but many did not survive the ordeal. Conservationists here face the added challenge of limited resources and the need to balance local development with the survival of a species found nowhere else on Earth. The island's secrets grow fewer, and the pangolin's future hangs by a thread. Today, all 4 Asian pangolin species linger at the edge of existence. Their disappearance would unravel millions of years of evolution, breaking a vital thread in the tapestry of Asia's forests. Conservation efforts are underway, ranging from anti-poaching patrols and rescue centres to international bans on pangolin trade, yet the challenges are immense. Pangolins are notoriously difficult to keep in captivity, making rehabilitation and breeding programs a race against time. The hush of the wild would deepen, and the spirit of the forest would lose one of its most ancient guardians. Their survival depends on the resilience of the wild itself, the tangled roots, the sheltering trees, the secret places where pangolins can still roam free. Only in the untouched heart of the forest do these spirits find refuge, hidden from the dangers that encroach upon their world. The future of pangolins rests not only in the hands of conservationists, but in the choices of communities, governments, and all who value the living wonders of our planet. Each pangolin is a living symbol of the wild's enduring mystery, precious, irreplaceable, and woven into the soul of the forest. As long as the ancient woods endure, the spirit of the pangolin may yet survive, a silent guardian beneath the leaves, but their fate hangs in the balance, a testament to both the fragility and resilience of life on Earth. The pangolin's body is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, every feature meticulously crafted for survival in some of the world's most challenging environments. Its most iconic trait, the overlapping armor-like scales, are composed entirely of keratin, the same protein found in human fingernails and hair. These scales, which can make up nearly 20% of the animal's body weight, provide formidable protection against predators. When threatened, the pangolin curls into a tight, nearly impenetrable ball, its scales acting as a shield that even lions and leopards struggle to breach. Beneath this armoured exterior lies a suite of extraordinary adaptations. The pangolin's tongue is a marvel in itself. Elongated, muscular, and coated in sticky saliva, it is anchored deep within the chest, extending past the pelvis and even attaching near the last pair of ribs. When fully extended, the tongue can reach up to 40 centimeters, nearly that length of the pangolin's entire body. This allows the animal to probe deep into ant nests and termite mounds, extracting insects from the narrowest crevices with remarkable precision and speed. Unlike most mammals, the pangolin is completely toothless. Instead, it relies on a highly specialized muscular stomach that functions much like a bird's gizzard. This organ, lined with keratinous spines and aided by small stones and sand ingested during feeding, grinds the tough exoskeletons of ants and termites, breaking them down for digestion. This adaptation is essential, as the pangolin's diet consists almost exclusively of these hard-bodied insects. The pangolin's forelimbs are equipped with long curved claws, powerful tools designed for tearing open termite mounds and ant nests. These claws are so formidable that the pangolin must walk on its knuckles, tucking its claws under to prevent them from wearing down. This unique mode of locomotion preserves the sharpness and strength of the claws, ensuring the pangolin can always access its primary food source. To compensate for its poor eyesight, the pangolin has developed an extraordinary sense of smell. Its elongated snout houses a dense array of olfactory receptors, allowing it to detect the faintest scent trails of ants and termites beneath the soil or hidden within rotting wood. This acute sense of smell guides the pangolin unerringly to its next meal, even in the densest forests or darkest nights. As a nocturnal creature, the pangolin is perfectly adapted for life after dark. Its sensory systems are fine-tuned for low-light conditions, with heightened hearing and smell compensating for limited vision. The pangolin moves silently through the underbrush, its scales rustling softly as it forages for insects under the cover of night, safe from many predators and the harsh heat of the day. Every aspect of the pangolin's anatomy, from its armored scales to its specialized tongue and stomach, tells a story of evolutionary ingenuity. It stands as a singular example of adaptation, a creature whose entire existence is dedicated to the pursuit of ants and termites, nature's armored marvel, perfectly honed for its unique way of life. At first glance, pangolin scales might look like simple armor plates, but their true complexity is revealed under closer inspection. Each scale is composed entirely of keratin, the same protein that forms our fingernails and hair. But in pangolins, this material is organized into dense overlapping layers that create a formidable shield. The scales are arranged much like roof shingles, overlapping in a precise pattern that allows for both flexibility and maximum protection. This unique configuration means that as the pangolin moves, its armor shifts seamlessly, never exposing a vulnerable gap. When threatened, the pangolin's muscles contract, pulling its body into a tight, nearly perfect sphere. In this position, every inch of soft flesh is hidden, and only the hard, razor-sharp edges of its scales are exposed to the outside world. This defensive posture is so effective that it has become the pangolin's signature move, a living fortress against danger. Even the most determined predators, lions, leopards, and wild dogs, find themselves thwarted by this natural armor. Their teeth and claws simply slide off the scales, unable to find purchase or break through the tough keratin barrier. In the wild, this means the difference between life and death. On a microscopic level, each scale reveals a cross-laminar structure with keratin fibers arranged in alternating layers. This design disperses the force of impacts, preventing cracks from spreading and making the scales incredibly resistant to breakage. It's a marvel of natural engineering honed by millions of years of evolution. In humid environments, the keratin scales absorb moisture from the air, which actually increases their toughness and flexibility. This adaptation allows pangolins to thrive in a variety of habitats, from arid savannas to dense, wet rainforests, always protected by their ever-adapting armor. The evolutionary journey of the pangolin scales stretches back millions of years. As ancient predators roamed the earth, pangolins developed this extraordinary defense, allowing them to survive and flourish where many others perished. Their scales are not just armor, they are a living testament to the power of adaptation, a biological masterpiece that has secured the pangolin's place in the natural world for eons. As dusk settles over the forest, a pangolin stirs from its hidden burrow, blinking into the darkness. These remarkable creatures are true masters of the night, venturing out only when the world is quiet and shadows stretch long across the ground. Solitary by nature, each pangolin embarks on its own journey, guided by instinct and an extraordinary sense of smell, honed to perfection. With every step, the pangolin's sensitive nose sweeps the air, searching for the faintest trace of ants or termites. When it locates a promising nest, it uses its powerful curved claws to rip open rotting logs or hardened termite mounds, work that requires both strength and patience. The forest floor comes alive, with the quiet sounds of foraging, as the pangolin's claws scrape and dig, exposing hidden tunnels teeming with insects. The pangolin's tongue, astonishingly long and coated in sticky saliva, flicks in and out with lightning speed. It can reach deep into the labyrinthine tunnels of ant colonies, extracting thousands of insects in a single night. This specialized feeding not only sustains the pangolin, but also helps maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem by controlling insect populations. Despite their solitary habits, pangolins reveal a tender side when it comes to family. The bond between a mother and her pup is profound and enduring. For the first few weeks of life, the vulnerable pup, its scales still soft and pliable, remains hidden deep within the safety of the burrow, where the mother keeps a constant watchful presence. The mother pangolin is fiercely protective, rarely straying far from her young. She returns frequently to the burrow, curling her armored body around the pup to provide warmth and security. In these early days, the pup is completely dependent, nursing from its mother and learning the subtle rhythms of the forest from the safety of their underground home. The mother's armor, so effective against predators, now serves as a living shield for her offspring. She curls tightly around the pup, her scales interlocking to form an impenetrable barrier. This nurturing behavior continues for months, as the pup grows stronger and more curious about the world beyond the burrow. When the time is right, the young pangolin ventures out, clinging to its mother's tail as she forages. This unique form of travel allows the pup to observe every movement, every dig, and every flick of the tongue. The mother demonstrates how to locate food, how to break into nests, and how to remain alert to danger, lessons that will one day ensure the pup's survival. Pangolin mothers are devoted, raising only one pup at a time. This slow, attentive upbringing means each youngster receives undivided care and instruction. The pup's early explorations are cautious and closely supervised, as it learns to navigate the complex world of the forest floor. Eventually, the young pangolin must leave its mother's side. Alone for the first time, it sets out into the vast, shadowy wilderness, guided by the skills and instincts passed down through generations. From this point on, it will live a solitary life, rarely encountering others, except during the brief mating season. This slow-paced, careful approach to family life means pangolins reproduce at a very low rate, making each individual precious. Their solitary nature and strong maternal bonds are both a marvel of evolution and a vulnerability, as their populations struggle to recover from threats in the wild. In the quiet of the night, every pangolin's journey is a testament to resilience, patience, and the enduring power of family. While pangolins have evolved remarkable defenses against natural dangers, nothing could prepare them for the relentless threat posed by humans. In recent decades, human activity has become the single greatest danger to pangolins across Africa and Asia. Poaching is perhaps the most immediate and devastating threat. Pangolins are hunted relentlessly for their scales, which are falsely believed to have medicinal properties, and for their meat considered a delicacy in some cultures. Armed with snares, traps, and dogs, poachers scour forests and grasslands, capturing pangolins by the thousands each year. The illegal trade in pangolin scales is a vast, shadowy network that stretches across continents. Smugglers transport scales and live animals through secret routes, evading law enforcement and fueling a black market worth millions. Despite international bans, demand remains high, driving pangolins ever closer to extinction. Habitat loss is another silent killer. Expanding agriculture, logging, and urban development are rapidly destroying the forests and grasslands pangolins call home. As their habitats shrink and fragment, pangolins are forced into smaller, isolated patches of land, making it harder to find food, shelter, and mates. The encroachment of roads and settlements brings pangolins into closer contact with people, increasing the risk of being captured or killed. Many pangolins are struck by vehicles or become trapped in unfamiliar, inhospitable environments. Conservationists and wildlife rangers work tirelessly to rescue pangolins from traffickers and rehabilitate them. But the scale of the crisis is overwhelming. For every pangolin saved, countless more vanish into the illegal trade. The future of pangolins hangs in the balance. Unless urgent action is taken to end poaching, dismantle trafficking networks, and protect their habitats, these gentle, armoured creatures may disappear forever, victims not of nature but of human greed. In the shadow of human activity, the pangolin's quiet existence grows ever more precarious, a poignant reminder of the fragile bond between humanity and the natural world. Deep within the heart of wild forests, the pangolin embarks on a daily battle for survival, a struggle shaped by millions of years of evolution and adaptation. Every dusk, as the sun dips below the canopy, the pangolin awakens, relying on its acute sense of smell to locate the faintest traces of ants and termites. With powerful curved claws, it tears open insect nests hidden beneath logs and within mounds, using its extraordinarily long, sticky tongue to extract its prey from deep crevices. With armoured scales as its only shield, the pangolin faces a world of natural challenges, evading stealthy predators like leopards and hyenas, foraging for elusive ants and termites, and navigating dense undergrowth beneath the moonlit canopy. When threatened, it curls into a tight, nearly impenetrable ball, its scales overlapping like medieval armour, deterring even the most determined attackers. This defence, while effective against natural predators, offers little protection from the greatest threat of all, humans. Each night the pangolin relies on keen senses and remarkable resilience, pressing onward through storms, drought, and the ever-changing rhythms of the wild. Its solitary existence is punctuated by moments of vulnerability, crossing open ground, searching for mates, or caring for a single delicate offspring carried on its tail. The pangolin's survival depends on its ability to remain unseen, to blend into the shadows, and to move silently through the undergrowth. Yet the pangolin's journey is not one it faces alone. Across Africa and Asia, dedicated conservationists risk their lives to protect these elusive creatures. Wildlife rangers patrol vast reserves, tracking poachers and rescuing pangolins from illegal trade. In rehabilitation centres, veterinarians nurse injured pangolins back to health, while researchers fit them with tiny tracking devices to better understand their secretive habits and migration routes. Community education programs work tirelessly to dispel myths and reduce demand for pangolin scales and meat. In the tapestry of life, the pangolin's survival is a symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of the wild. Every pangolin that returns to the forest, every nest that goes undisturbed, and every community that chooses protection over exploitation adds a new thread to this story, a testament to the possibility of coexistence and the relentless spirit of nature's armoured marvel. Imagine a world shrouded in mist where towering ferns and ancient trees dominated the landscape. Long before pangolins roamed today's forests and savannas, their remarkable evolutionary journey began, stretching back over 60 million years to a time when the Earth was recovering from the mass extinction that ended the reign of the dinosaurs. Tracing their evolutionary roots leads us to the Paleogene period, a pivotal era when mammals began to diversify and fill ecological niches left vacant by vanished reptiles. It was here in the shadowy undergrowth that the earliest pangolin ancestors, members of the order Pholidota, first diverged from other placental mammals. These ancient creatures, known as paleanodonts, were small, burrowing insectivores. Unlike their armored descendants, they lacked the iconic scales, but their bodies were already adapting for a life spent digging and foraging for insects. Over millions of years, natural selection sculpted their anatomy, lengthening their tongues, strengthening their claws, and gradually introducing the first hints of protective, keratinized skin. Fossil records, painstakingly unearthed from ancient sedimentary layers, reveal a fascinating story. Early pangolin relatives, such as Eomanis from the Eocene epoch, show a blend of primitive and modern features. Their skeletal remains, preserved for eons, allow scientists to trace the gradual emergence of traits that would define the pangolin lineage. Intriguingly, genetic and anatomical evidence suggests that pangolins once shared distant ancestors with carnivores like cats and dogs, before branching off onto their own evolutionary path. As ancient climates shifted and forests gave way to open woodlands and grasslands, pangolins adapted in extraordinary ways. Their tongues became astonishingly elongated, sometimes longer than their own bodies, allowing them to probe deep into ant nests and termite mounds. Their forelimbs grew powerful, equipped with formidable claws for breaking into insect colonies hidden beneath the earth, but the most dramatic transformation was the development of their overlapping scales. Composed entirely of keratin, the same material as human fingernails, these scales formed a flexible, impenetrable armor. Over countless generations, this adaptation became the pangolin's signature defense, setting them apart from all other mammals. These keratinous scales provided unmatched protection, enabling pangolins to thrive in a variety of habitats, from dense tropical forests to open savannas. Their ability to climb trees, burrow underground, and curl into a tight, armored ball made them uniquely equipped to survive in a world teeming with predators. Through relentless environmental pressures and the ever-present threat of predation, pangolins perfected their defensive curl. When danger loomed, they would roll into a near-impenetrable sphere, their scales locking together to form a living fortress, an evolutionary masterpiece millions of years in the making. Today's pangolins are living relics, the last surviving members of an ancient lineage that has weathered dramatic changes in climate, geography, and competition. Each careful step they take is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of their ancestors. Their survival is a tribute to nature's boundless creativity, a living link to a distant past, and a reminder that every scale, every curl, and every cautious movement carries the legacy of millions of years of evolution, adaptation, and survival against the odds. The life of a pangolin is a never-ending quest for sustenance, driven by an extraordinary sense of smell that guides every step. As dusk falls and the forest comes alive with the sounds of insects, the pangolin emerges from its burrow, nose to the ground, meticulously following invisible scent trails left by its prey. Then pangolins are true insectivores. With a diet that revolves almost entirely around ants and termites, these tiny creatures are not just a food source, they are the pangolin's obsession, providing the protein and nutrients essential for survival. Armed with formidable curved claws, the pangolin approaches a termite mound or ant nest with calculated precision. It listens for the faint rustle of insects within, then tears open the hardened earth or rotting wood, exposing a labyrinth of tunnels teeming with life. The pangolin's tongue is a marvel of evolution, long, sticky, and incredibly agile. Sometimes exceeding the length of its own body, This tongue darts in and out with lightning speed, lapping up thousands of ants or termites in a single feeding session. Each flick is perfectly timed, capturing insects before they can scatter. Unlike most mammals, the pangolin's mouth is toothless. There are no grinding molars or sharp incisors, just a narrow opening designed for suction and efficiency. Swallowed whole, the insects travel down the pangolin's throat, propelled by strong muscular contractions. The journey continues into a stomach unlike any other in the animal kingdom. Here, the pangolin's unique digestive adaptations come into play. Small pebbles intentionally swallowed during foraging and keratinous spines lining the stomach walls act as a natural grinding mill. As the stomach churns, these tools crush and shred the tough exoskeletons of ants and termites, breaking them down into digestible fragments. Potent stomach acids and specialized enzymes then take over, dissolving the remaining insect parts and releasing vital nutrients. This process is so efficient that almost nothing is wasted, allowing the pangolin to extract maximum energy from its specialized diet. Foraging is a nightly ritual. Under the cover of darkness, pangolins traverse vast distances, guided by their acute sense of smell and an uncanny ability to detect the faintest chemical cues left by ant and termite colonies. Their hearing is equally impressive, allowing them to pick up the subtle sounds of insect movement underground. By combining these senses, pangolins avoid empty nests and wasted effort, ensuring that every dig yields a rich reward. This highly specialized feeding strategy not only sustains the pangolin, but also plays a crucial ecological role. By consuming vast numbers of ants and termites, pangolins help regulate insect populations, preventing outbreaks that could damage the ecosystem. Through these remarkable adaptations, keen senses, powerful claws, a unique tongue, and a specialized digestive system, pangolins have mastered a diet that few other mammals can exploit. They are true specialists, perfectly evolved for the art of insect hunting and digestion, thriving in a niche all their own. In the shadowy undergrowth where pangolins roam, communication is subtle, almost invisible to the casual observer. Here in the hush of the night, every movement, every breath, and every scent carries meaning. Pangolins are masters of silent conversation, weaving a tapestry of signals that only those attuned to their world can decipher. Unlike many mammals, pangolins are largely solitary, yet they have developed a suite of sensory adaptations and unique behaviors for survival and interaction. Their lives are lived in the margins, rarely crossing paths with others of their kind, but always aware of the invisible presence of neighbors through the language of scent and subtle sign. Pangolins possess an acute sense of smell, one of the most powerful tools in their arsenal. Their elongated snouts are lined with sensitive olfactory receptors, allowing them to detect the faintest traces of scent in the air or on the ground. This sense is so refined that a pangolin can distinguish between the scent of a rival, a potential mate, or even the lingering trail of an intruder from days before. With each careful step they sniff the air and ground, deciphering complex scent trails left by others. These trails are like invisible maps, guiding pangolins through their territories and alerting them to the presence of food, danger, or opportunity. The forest floor becomes a living diary, written in pheromones and secretions waiting to be read by a sensitive nose. These trails convey vital information, territory boundaries, the presence of a potential mate, or even recent visits from rivals. A pangolin may pause at a marked spot, taking in the story left behind, the age, sex, and even the emotional state of the animal that passed before. This olfactory communication is a lifeline, allowing pangolins to avoid conflict, seek companionship, or assert dominance without ever coming face to face. Through scent marking, pangolins communicate without ever meeting face to face. They rub their bodies or drag their tails along logs, rocks, and foliage, leaving behind a signature blend of chemicals produced by specialized glands. Each mark is a message, a declaration of presence, a warning, or an invitation. They deposit secretions from specialized anal glands onto rocks, logs, and foliage, creating an invisible network of messages only other pangolins can understand. These secretions are complex, containing information about the individual's identity, reproductive status, and even health. For a passing pangolin, a single sniff can reveal a wealth of knowledge shaping its decisions and movements. Sound plays a lesser role in pangolin communication. Their world is one of quiet, where stealth is survival and noise can attract unwanted attention. Yet in moments of distress or urgency, pangolins do have a voice. Their vocalizations are rare and usually reserved for distress. A soft whimper, a gentle snort, or a low growl may escape when a pangolin feels threatened or is separated from its young. These sounds are subtle, meant more for immediate communication than for long-distance signaling. When threatened, a pangolin may emit a soft huff or a low growl, warning intruders or signaling discomfort. This is often accompanied by defensive postures, raising its scales, curling its body, or lashing its tail, to reinforce the message that it is not to be trifled with. Most of the time, however, they move in silence, blending seamlessly with their environment. Their footsteps are muffled by leaf litter, their bodies camouflaged by the dappled light of the forest floor. This silence is their shield, allowing them to pass unnoticed by both predator and prey. Their senses are finely attuned for survival. Every moment is spent listening, smelling, and feeling the world around them. Their vigilance is constant, their awareness acute. Small, keen ears pick up the faint rustle of ants beneath the soil or the distant approach of a predator. Even the subtlest vibration is enough to alert a pangolin to the presence of food or danger, prompting an immediate and calculated response. Their eyesight, while limited, is compensated by heightened olfactory and auditory abilities, allowing them to navigate the darkness with confidence. Touch is also crucial. In the moonlit jungle where shadows play tricks on the eyes, pangolins rely on their other senses to build a complete picture of their surroundings. Sensitive claws and snouts probe the earth, feeling for vibrations and movements that signal the presence of prey. The pangolin's long, sticky tongue is guided by touch and scent, darting into ant nests and termite mounds with pinpoint accuracy. When danger looms, pangolins rely on instinct and rapid response, curling into a tight armored ball, scales locked against intruders. This behavior is both a defense and a message, a silent warning that the pangolin is prepared for whatever comes next. Through these remarkable adaptations, pangolins communicate, sense, and survive in a world where every whisper, scent, and shadow can mean the difference between life and death. Their existence is a testament to the power of subtlety, the art of survival through silence, and the extraordinary ways in which life adapts to the challenges of the wild. In the secretive world of pangolins, the cycle of life unfolds quietly beneath the forest canopy, hidden from all but the most patient observers. These elusive creatures have evolved a reproductive strategy as unique as their armored appearance, shaped by millions of years of adaptation to their solitary nocturnal existence. Mating is a rare and discreet event, as pangolins are solitary for most of the year, each individual patrolling its own territory and rarely encountering others, except during the brief window of courtship. When the time is right, often triggered by environmental cues such as rainfall or seasonal changes, a female leaves behind subtle scent markers along her path, using specialized glands near the base of her tail. These chemical signals are invisible to the human eye, but unmistakable to a male pangolin's highly developed sense of smell. Males, guided by their keen olfactory senses, embark on a patient search, following these invisible trails through dense undergrowth, sometimes traveling great distances in hopes of finding a receptive partner. When two pangolins finally meet, their courtship is brief and understated. There are no elaborate displays or vocalizations, just a cautious approach, gentle sniffing, and subtle body language that signals mutual acceptance. The pair may spend only a short time together, sometimes just a few hours, before mating. This fleeting union is all that is needed to ensure the continuation of their ancient lineage. Afterward, the male departs, returning to his solitary life, while the female is left to nurture the next generation alone, a testament to the independence and resilience of these remarkable animals. The gestation period varies by species, typically lasting between 70 to 140 days. During this time, the female seeks out a safe, secluded den, often a deep burrow or the hollow of a fallen log, where she can rest and prepare for the arrival of her offspring. When the moment of birth arrives, the female retreats into her chosen sanctuary, instinctively seeking darkness and safety to protect her vulnerable newborn from predators and the elements. Usually, a single offspring is born, tiny, blind, and covered in soft, pale scales that offer little protection. At birth, the baby pangolin weighs just a few hundred grams and is completely dependent on its mother for warmth, nourishment, and safety. Over the following weeks, the young pangolin's scales gradually harden, darkening in color and forming the tough, overlapping armor that will one day shield it from harm. During this critical period, the mother rarely leaves the den, dedicating herself to nursing and protecting her offspring. The mother is fiercely protective, sheltering her young in the den and, as the baby grows stronger, carrying it on her tail during nighttime foraging excursions. This remarkable behavior allows the juvenile to learn about its environment while remaining safe from danger. The bond between mother and offspring is strong but short-lived. After a few months, the juvenile becomes increasingly independent, venturing out of the den to explore the world on its own. Gradually, it learns to forage for ants and termites, perfecting the digging and climbing skills essential for survival. Eventually, the young pangolin leaves its mother to establish its own territory, beginning the solitary life that defines the species. In the wild, pangolins can live up to 20 years, though many face challenges that threaten their survival. Natural predators, habitat loss, and the ever-present danger of poaching mean that few pangolins reach old age. Those that do become the silent guardians of their kind, carrying the wisdom and resilience of generations past. Each generation carries forward the ancient lineage of these remarkable creatures, quietly persisting in the heart of the wild. Their story is one of endurance, adaptation, and the enduring bond between mother and child, a testament to the extraordinary biology of nature's armored marvels. Deep within the tangled heart of the wild, pangolins move with quiet determination, each step a calculated risk in a world teeming with unseen dangers. Every rustle in the undergrowth, every shadow cast by the canopy above could signal the presence of a predator lurking nearby. Despite their formidable armor of keratin scales, nature's own chainmail, pangolins are not invincible. Their gentle, solitary nature demands constant vigilance, for the wild is home to a host of natural enemies, each with their own strategies for overcoming the pangolin's defenses. Among the most formidable threats are the big cats, leopards and tigers, whose razor-sharp senses and powerful jaws have evolved to pierce even the toughest hides. These apex predators stalk silently through the undergrowth, their patience and strength making them a constant danger to the unwary pangolin. But the dangers do not end with the cats. In the dense, humid underbrush, massive pythons and other constrictors lie in wait, their bodies coiled and ready to strike. These silent hunters rely on stealth and sudden bursts of power, ambushing pangolins as they forage for ants and termites. Yet, the pangolin is far from defenseless. When danger approaches, it becomes a master of survival, employing a suite of remarkable adaptations honed over millions of years. Its most iconic defense is its ability to curl into a tight, nearly perfect ball. In this posture, the pangolin tucks its vulnerable head and soft underbelly beneath a fortress of overlapping scales, transforming itself into an impenetrable sphere. Each scale is sharp and jagged at the edges, forming a seamless barrier that can withstand the gnashing teeth and probing claws of even the most determined attacker. For a predator, the pangolin becomes a puzzle, one that is nearly impossible to solve. This instinctive response not only shields its most delicate parts, but also frustrates predators who find themselves unable to gain a grip or pry the pangolin open. Many attackers, after repeated failed attempts, abandon their efforts altogether. The scales themselves are not just passive armor. When threatened, a pangolin may thrash its tail, using the razor-sharp edges to deliver painful cuts to any predator that dares to persist. Even the bravest hunters can be deterred by the pangolin's unexpected ferocity. But the pangolin's arsenal does not end with its scales. Hidden near the base of its tail are specialized glands, capable of releasing a foul-smelling, noxious secretion. When threatened, the pangolin emits this chemical weapon, filling the air with a pungent odor that repels even the most persistent predators. This chemical deterrent, combined with the physical barrier of its scales, creates a multi-layered defense system. Predators, overwhelmed by the stench and unable to penetrate the armor, often retreat in frustration, leaving the pangolin unharmed. Still, the pangolin's greatest survival tactic may be its ability to avoid confrontation altogether. As a creature of the night, it emerges under the cover of darkness, moving silently through the forest floor, its muted colors blending seamlessly with the leaf litter and shadows. Its nocturnal habits and solitary lifestyle reduce the chances of crossing paths with predators. By foraging alone and keeping to the shadows, the pangolin minimizes its risk, relying on stealth and secrecy as its first line of defense. The pangolin's keen senses, its acute sense of smell and hearing, allow it to detect danger long before it arrives. At the slightest hint of a threat, it freezes, blending into its surroundings, or slips away unnoticed, leaving predators searching in vain. In this delicate dance of predator and prey, the pangolin's unique blend of armor, chemical warfare, stealth, and vigilance ensures its survival. Each adaptation is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of this scaly enigma, a marvel of evolution thriving against the odds in the wildest corners of the world. Beneath the dense, dappled shade of the forest canopy, pangolins move with a quiet grace, almost invisible to the untrained eye, yet their presence is anything but insignificant. These elusive creatures are silent architects of their environment, weaving themselves into the very fabric of the ecosystem with every step, every dig, and every meal. As master foragers, pangolins consume tens of thousands of ants and termites each night. Their long, sticky tongues probe deep into insect nests, extracting the insects that, if left unchecked, could devastate the forest. By regulating these populations, pangolins prevent outbreaks that might otherwise strip the forest floor of its protective leaf litter, disrupt nutrient cycles, and even threaten the survival of young trees and plants. The impact of this predation ripples outward. By keeping ant and termite colonies in balance, pangolins safeguard the delicate equilibrium between insects and vegetation. This, in turn, preserves the health of the trees, those towering giants that anchor the forest, provide shelter for countless species, and generate the oxygen we all depend on. But pangolins are more than just insect controllers. Their powerful claws, designed for digging, churn the soil as they search for food or create burrows. This constant disturbance aerates the earth, breaking up compacted soil and allowing water and nutrients to penetrate deeper. The result is a richer, more fertile ground where seeds can take root and plants can flourish. The burrows they leave behind become sanctuaries for a host of other creatures. Small mammals, reptiles, insects, and fungi all find refuge in these abandoned homes, each species adding another layer to the complex web of life. These microhabitats are essential for biodiversity, offering shelter, breeding grounds, and protection from predators and harsh weather. Pangolins themselves are woven into the food chain as well. Though armored and elusive, they are prey for larger predators, leopards, hyenas, and even big cats. Their presence ensures that these apex hunters have a reliable food source. maintaining the natural balance between predator and prey. As pangolins travel through the undergrowth, seeds and spores cling to their scales and are carried to new locations. With each journey, they unwittingly plant the next generation of trees and plants, encouraging genetic diversity and resilience within the forest. This subtle act of seed dispersal helps the ecosystem recover from disturbances and adapt to changing conditions. Through these interconnected roles, predator, prey, gardener, and engineer, pangolins nurture a thriving, balanced ecosystem. Their quiet, often unseen actions sustain the wild places they call home, ensuring that every creature, from the tiniest insect to the mightiest tree, has a part to play in the ongoing story of life. The loss of pangolins would unravel these delicate threads, leaving the forest poorer and less resilient. In protecting pangolins, we protect the very heart of the wild. Across continents and centuries, pangolins have captured human imagination, not just as elusive forest dwellers, but as powerful symbols woven into the tapestry of culture and myth. In Africa, pangolins are often regarded with deep reverence. Traditional healers see them as mystical beings, believing their scales and footprints hold protective powers against evil spirits. Some communities view pangolins as guardians of the forest, their presence a sign of harmony between people and nature. In Asia, pangolins appear in ancient folklore, sometimes as wise mediators between the human and animal worlds. In certain Chinese tales, the pangolin is a humble creature who sacrifices its own comfort to help others, using its armored scales to shield the innocent or heal the sick. This has made the pangolin a symbol of selflessness and resilience, inspiring stories passed down through generations. Elsewhere, pangolins are woven into the rituals and oral histories of indigenous peoples. In some cultures, encountering a pangolin is considered a rare blessing, a sign of good fortune or a message from ancestral spirits. Ceremonial dances and songs mimic the pangolin's unique movements, honoring its role as a bringer of balance and a keeper of secrets hidden deep within the earth. But with admiration comes responsibility. As myths fade and modern pressures grow, the cultural significance of the pangolin is evolving. Artists, storytellers, and conservationists now draw upon these ancient symbols to inspire new connections, reminding us that the pangolin's story is also our own, and that protecting these extraordinary animals is as much about preserving human heritage as it is about saving a species. From sacred guardian to silent healer, the pangolin's journey through myth and memory reflects the enduring relationship between humans and the natural world, a reminder that every creature, no matter how small or secretive, has a place in our shared cultural legacy. As we delve deeper into the enigmatic world of pangolins, modern science and technology are unveiling secrets that were once hidden beneath their scales. Recent advances in genetic research have opened new doors, providing insights into the evolutionary history and genetic diversity of these remarkable creatures. Scientists are now able to analyze pangolin DNA to understand their lineage, track population genetics, and identify distinct species more accurately. This genetic knowledge is crucial for developing effective conservation strategies and preventing inbreeding in captive breeding programs. In the realm of tracking and field research, innovative technologies are making a significant impact. Satellite telemetry and GPS tracking devices are being used to monitor pangolin movements in their natural habitats. These tools allow researchers to gather data on their home ranges, migration patterns, and habitat preferences, providing valuable information for habitat protection and restoration efforts. Additionally, camera traps and drones equipped with thermal imaging are revolutionizing the way scientists study these elusive nocturnal animals, offering a glimpse into their behaviors without disturbing their natural activities. Conservation technology is also making strides in combating the illegal wildlife trade. Forensic science and digital databases are being employed to trace the origins of seized pangolin scales and body parts, helping law enforcement agencies to dismantle trafficking networks and prosecute offenders. Furthermore, DNA barcoding is being used to identify and track confiscated pangolin products, ensuring that they are returned to their countries of origin for proper disposal or repatriation. Collaborative efforts between scientists, conservationists, and local communities are at the heart of these advancements. By combining traditional knowledge with cutting-edge research, we are fostering a holistic approach to pangolin conservation. Education and awareness campaigns are also playing a vital role, empowering people to protect these gentle creatures and their habitats. As we continue to explore and innovate, the future of pangolins looks brighter. Through the lens of science and technology, we are not only uncovering the mysteries of these ancient animals, but also paving the way for their survival in an ever-changing world. With every discovery, we take a step closer to ensuring that pangolins remain a vital part of our planet's biodiversity for generations to come. Together, we can turn the tide for pangolins, blending the wisdom of the past with the promise of the future, and safeguarding the legacy of these extraordinary creatures. In the heart of wildlife rescue centres, stories of hope and resilience unfold every day, one pangolin at a time. When pangolins are rescued from the illegal wildlife trade or found injured in the wild, their journey is far from over. Dedicated caretakers and veterinarians step in, offering specialised care tailored to these sensitive animals' unique needs. Upon arrival, each pangolin undergoes a gentle health assessment. Dehydration, malnutrition, and stress are common challenges, but through round-the-clock attention, skilled hands provide fluids, balanced diets, and a safe environment for recovery. The process is delicate. Pangolins are easily stressed, so minimizing human contact and recreating natural conditions are crucial. Enrichment activities, such as simulated termite mounds and hollow logs, encourage natural foraging behaviors and help rebuild trust in their surroundings. For orphaned young, surrogate care mimics the warmth and security of a mother, giving them a fighting chance at survival. Physical wounds heal with time, but emotional scars require patience. Slowly, pangolins regain strength, curiosity, and confidence. When they are deemed healthy and self-sufficient, a carefully planned release returns them to protected wild habitats, often the very forests they once called home. Each successful rescue is a testament to the power of compassion and collaboration. Behind every healed pangolin is a network of unsung heroes, veterinarians, rescue workers, and local communities, united by a single goal: to give pangolins a second chance at life. These stories remind us that while threats persist, hope endures. Every pangolin nursed back to health is a symbol of resilience and a beacon for conservation efforts worldwide. Through healing, we find renewed purpose to protect, restore, and celebrate the gentle spirits of the wild. Across continents, the battle to save pangolins extends far beyond forests and rescue centres. It plays out in courts, customs offices, and conservation summits. Pangolins are now recognized as the world's most trafficked mammals, prompting urgent calls for global protection. In response, all 8 pangolin species are listed under Appendix 1 of CITES, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, granting them the highest level of international protection and banning all commercial trade. Many countries have followed suit, enacting stricter laws to ban hunting, possession and sale of pangolins and their parts. Yet the reality on the ground is complex. Enforcement remains a constant challenge. Smuggling routes shift as traffickers adapt, and pangolin scales are often disguised or mislabeled in shipments. In some regions, limited resources, corruption, and lack of awareness hinder effective law enforcement, allowing illegal trade to persist in the shadows. International cooperation is critical. Cross-border task forces, intelligence sharing, and coordinated raids are making a difference, leading to record seizures and high-profile prosecutions. Meanwhile, public awareness campaigns are gaining momentum, reducing demand and changing perceptions about pangolin products. But the fight is far from over. Closing legal loopholes, improving surveillance, and supporting frontline wildlife officers are essential steps forward. Ultimately, The survival of pangolins depends on a united global effort where laws are not just written but enforced with resolve and compassion. As the world rallies to protect these unique creatures, each hard-won victory in the courts and customs halls brings us closer to a future where pangolins roam free, safe from the threat of extinction. As the sun rises on a new chapter for pangolins, the future hangs delicately in the balance. The threats are still real. Habitat loss, climate change, and the shadow of illegal trade continue to loom. Yet for the first time in decades, hope glimmers on the horizon. Conservationists envision a world where pangolins thrive in their native forests and grasslands, where their rustling scales are heard not in crates but beneath the safety of ancient trees. Scientific breakthroughs in pangolin health and breeding offer new lifelines, while community-driven conservation projects empower local people to become guardians of these gentle creatures. Technology, too, plays its part. AI-powered monitoring, DNA forensics and satellite tracking now help safeguard pangolins in ways once unimaginable. But recovery is a journey, not a guarantee. The survival of pangolins depends not just on laws or science, but on the choices each of us makes. Every voice raised, every donation, every story shared ripples outward, fueling awareness and action, supporting ethical tourism, demanding accountability from governments, and refusing to buy wildlife products all contribute to a safer world for pangolins. Imagine a future where children grow up knowing pangolins not as a cautionary tale, but as a symbol of resilience and the power of collective action. Their continued existence is a testament to what's possible when compassion meets determination. The road ahead is long, but not lonely. Together we can ensure that pangolins are not lost to time, but instead remain a living legacy for generations yet to come.